Oh, that's nice. I went on a little early just to see what the lighting was like. And check. And I look rather pale. I'm not that pale, really. Maybe so. Maybe that's a little bit better. Let me the auto. This thing loves autofocus. Just loves it. Goes to it all the time. Always reverts to auto. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Safia, how are you this evening? I know it's late, but I always appreciate you popping in and hanging out as long as you possibly can. Beginning of another week. And tomorrow, weekend, March 4th. Ha 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 ha. I know that's pretty corny. I have it way up because I'm going to show my Bauhaus journal that I made a couple of years ago, and it's really big. So I thought I would share that because I'm going to work on the paperclip things, and I made that out of some Bauhaus paper. So that's the plan. After I do my little reading. So again, thank you for being here. And I'm going directly with YouTube, skipping StreamYard. So I hope some more people join us. I know I went on a couple of minutes early, but I sent out, my little notices. But we'll wait and see. How is your son? Was it the little one that was sick? Hi, Lydia. Nice to see you. Susan's here. And Messy Table Studios. Ooh, I used to remember your name. It's not Dawn, is it? I don't remember. I apologize. Vicky. Jeez, I should know that. I'm sorry. I apologize. I should know it's Vicky. I so apologize. All right, I'm going to leave that like that. The lighting's not too awful. And I'm in focus. Oh no, they're both unwell. But no high temperatures. Full of ick and blowing noses. Snotty household. Oh, earache. Hi, Joyce. That's not good. I've never had an earache. Yeah. My kids had them all the time. My oldest son had to have. Well, they actually did a tonsillectomy, which they really don't do much anymore. They don't really take people's tonsils out. And I think he had tubes. Oh, okay. Yeah. Gosh. Yeah, that's not fun. Both of my boys got the chicken pox at the same time, but I think, it was good to get it over with. They both had it. So, well, listen, I'm going to read for a couple of seconds here, and then we'll move on. I've got a plethora of fun things to tackle tonight. I have a list because I would never remember that at all. This is one that I have put off reading, and I don't know why. Oh yeah, they both had it. Yeah, I don't know why I've put off reading it, but here it goes. And I know you all know who this is. It's Mother Teresa. And she died in 1997, and this essay was written 20 years ago. I removed it from the new manuscript, thinking the sentiment were shop worn, the events out of date, and Mother Teresa of fading memory. So you may well ask, why is the essay included here? Seeing it in the reject pile troubled me. I read it several times again, and I realized the essay was not about Mother Teresa so much as it was about me and all those who try to resolve the inner conflict between self interest and self sacrifice. Trying to care about me and care about them and care about us at the same time is an ongoing bewilderment. There was a person who profoundly disturbed my peace of mind for a long time. She didn't know me, but she went around minding my business. We had very little in common. She was an old woman, an Albanian who grew up in Yugoslavia. She was a Roman Catholic nun who lived in poverty in India. I disagree with her on fundamental issues of population control, the place of women in the world and in the church, and I was turned off by her naive sentiments about what God wants. People who claim to speak for God do more harm than good, if you ask me. She and her followers drove me crazy. They seemed so pious and self righteous. I got upset every time I heard her name or read her words or saw her face. I didn't even want to talk about her. Who in the hell did she think she was, anyhow? However, in the studio where I used to work, there was a sink. Above the sink was a mirror. I stopped at this place several times each day to tidy up and look at myself in the mirror. Alongside the mirror was a photograph of the troublesome old woman. Each time I looked in the mirror at myself, I also looked at her face. In it, I have seen more than I can tell. From what I saw, I understood more than I can say, and I could not get her out of my mind or life. That photograph was taken in Oslo, Norway, on the 10th of December in 1980. This is what happened there. The small, stooped woman in a faded blue and white sari and worn sandals received an award from the hand of a king, an award funded from the will of the inventor of dynamite, in a great glittering hall of velvet and gold and crystal, surrounded by the noble and famous in formal black tie and elegant gowns, the rich, the powerful, the brilliant, the talented of the world in attendance. And there, at the center of it all, this little old lady in sari and sandals, Mother Teresa of India, servant of the poor and sick and dying. To her, the Nobel Peace Prize. She was given the longest standing ovation in the history of the prize. No president or king or general or scientist or pope or banker or merchant or cartel or oil company or ayatollah holds the key to as much power as she had. None is as rich, for hers was the invincible weapon against the evils of this earth, the caring heart. And hers were the everlasting riches of this life, the wealth of the compassionate spirit. I would not I would not do what she did or the way she did it, but her presence on the stage of the world dares me to explain just the hell, just what the hell I will do then and how and when. Several years after she won the Nobel Prize, when I was attending a grand conference of quantum physics and religious mystics in the Oberoi Towers Hotel in Bombay, I saw her in person, standing by the door at the rear of the hall. I sensed a presence beside me, and there she was, alone. This tiny woman had come to speak to the conference as its guest. She strode to the rostrum and changed the agenda of the conference from intellectual inquiry to moral activism. She said in a firm voice to the awed assembly, "You can do no great things, only small things with great love." The contradictions of her life and faith were nothing compared to my own, and while I wrestled with frustration about the impotence of the individual, she won right on affecting the world. While I wish for more power and resources, she used her power and resources to do what she could do at the moment. Gandhi would have approved. He had some strange way and habits of his own, but he did what he did. Mother Teresa disturbed me and inspired me, and still does. What did she have that I do not? If ever there was a truly peace on earth, goodwill to men, and will because of women like Mother Teresa. And watching the millions of women marching in the streets of the world this winter, I was reminded that peace is not something you wish for, it's something you make, something you do, something you are, and something you give away. You begin with what you have, where you are, and pass it on. Mother Teresa is dead now, of course. Would you have wanted me to omit this essay because she's gone? Or leave it out because I can't settle my own mind about me and them and us? That's the point, isn't it? What she was, stood for, and is not out of date or worn out. It lives on as a challenge, not in her, in me, in you, in us. All right, Mother Teresa. This is by Robert Fulghum, and this is the book I've been reading for quite some time. It's called All I Really Need to Know I Learned in Kindergarten. They're essays that I read at the beginning of my streaming. I started to do this to calm myself down. I get really nervous, and so I would read this, and now I'm not as nervous as I was. But yeah, I'm almost done. There's only a couple left for me to read. And speaking of that, let me write read. And yeah, that was. I don't usually. I don't read these before I read them to you. And I just the title. I mixed like he does. All right, read. And this book was written quite a while ago. So, oh, that's okay. But you have a blue wrench. Ta-da! Okay, Ampex. All right. So I'm going to just show. I talked about my Bauhaus journal that I made probably going on, I don't know, a couple of years ago. And I got the paper pack from Spectrum Art Creations, and the paper pack was by Stamperia. And when I saw it, I bought everything. I bought the 12 by 12, the 8 by 8, the stencils, the stamps. I bought it all. And then it was, oh my God, what the hell am I going to do with it? So this is the result of it, what I did with it. Let me kind of do this, kind of like that. And hi, Pam. Hi, Mariah. And it's a big one. And the format is from Victoria Designs, from one of their kits, and I just did my own thing. So I can't take credit for this. And it's just chock full of the Bauhaus paper pack. And it's big, you'll see. I'll do this side first, and then I'll go to the other side, and then I'll do the middle. So this is all the stuff and all the papers that came in the paper packs. This is chipboard. Move this down. And so there's some pop-up stuff that's kind of squished now, but it's meant to be pop-up stuff. And here's some more pop-up stuff that's a little squished. And this really pops up too, as you can see. That's all pop-up stuff. And this is all pop-up stuff too. And some more pop-up stuff that's kind of squished, but it's meant to be pop-up stuff. But it is pop-up stuff. Oh, thank you, Kathy. I'm looking forward to that. And let's see. And this is a chair, I do believe. A gigantic chair that kind of pops up like so. And that's that side. So I'll close that up like so. And now I'll move over to, why don't we do the middle? Okay. Yes, it's huge. And this comes out like so. And then this opens, whoops, like so. And these are all parts of the paper pack. And this is just, what do they call this? A waterfall, I think. And this is a stamp, one of their stamps, and I just basically used everything I, did some stamping. And Bauhaus was an artist movement that incorporated textiles and metal and every kind of art that you can, from weaving to designing very simple furniture. Some of these furniture designs are still, I mean, this is the, the gooseneck desk lamp. That was a Bauhaus design. Fashion was part of their, and they had several different schools. They had a ballet, and they came to prominence in the 1930s. And I also, unfortunately, this was during the period of time that Hitler was coming to power, and many of these artists were Jewish, and many of them fled Germany. And Bauhaus is still around. Here's a tag I made. Bauhaus is still around today. Lena actually sent me this not too long ago. And so it's still kind of around. Whoops. I don't think there's there's nothing here. Oh my gosh. And Paul Klee and Kaczynski, there are many artists that came out of the Bauhaus movement. And a lot of less is more. If you've ever heard that expression, that's a Bauhaus expression, less is more. My favorite one is a line is a dot that went for a walk. A good design turns the basics into a work of art. Yeah, I know, all the different fonts. Aren't they amazing? And so this opens up like so. Let's see. And I've made little folios to just accentuate all the papers that I had. I got one over here. Again, the design of line and art. And I've got a couple of books on the movement. And this opens up like so, and like so. And then it opens up like this. And again, I've got some other tags in here. This is kind of the journal that just keeps, and then I've got another waterfall kind of thing here. There's a Bauhaus chair. A lot of these designs are very familiar. And and they use the basic colors: blue, yellow, and red. The three primary colors. That was their major design element. Here's that lamp again. Oh my gosh, I guess I didn't finish this, but that's fine. And you can see here the blue, yellow, and the dress. This A-line dress is their design by one of the women in the textiles. Oh, thank you, Barbara. And I added graph paper because that just seemed appropriate for Bauhaus. So that goes like that. Let me see. This goes like so, like so. This goes like so, like so. And this goes in here and holds that together. And this goes like so. And let me come over to the left side. And this was some of their ballet costumes. I mean, very avant-garde, um, and way ahead of their time. And you can understand that Hitler and his folks did not really appreciate anything that they were doing. So many of their obviously were threatened. And they started schools here in the United States. So here's a tag with a pocket. This is Kaczynski and his cat. And then this is just a journal I made. And I actually, he had a Kaczynski, was it Kaczynski or Paul Klee? They had a textbook that I got, and I made copies of the textbook. And as I put this journal together, and I was doing some experimenting with the colors, again, the blue, red, and yellow. So this is a journal, and it's all about line and design. And I made those. I made some of my papers a la Bauhaus. That I made that one. Let's see, and this is, I did the travel journal, the Midori style. So these pages can come out, and there's a page in here that's upside down. And if you know, and that's one of the stamps. If you know me, it wouldn't be me unless there was something that was put in upside down. So this was pages of his textbook from his class that he taught. And there's the lamp. And I guess, yeah. Let's see. Yeah. Some graph paper. So that's the, here's an envelope in here. So that's it. And then, let's see. So that's the Bauhaus journal. And yeah, it took quite a while. And right, yeah. It took quite a while to make this, as you can well imagine. But I had a lot of fun. I enjoyed the challenge, putting it together. Whoops, let me do that. That's how I kind of hold it together. There, okay. So there it is. Ooh. You can see it's a chunker. It's a big one. And it's heavy, very heavy. Oh, hi, Janice. I think I got everything. Kathy, hi, Kathy. Yes, upside down. Yeah. Okay, now on was it Wednesday? I think I tried to make painty papers. I guess, with my fingers. 5 colors. I followed the color cube palettes, and paper, whoop, and then whoop, and I wasn't happy, but I cut them up. And that's amazing when you take something that is like that and you cut it up, and then you kind of add your own touch. And that was Dee Dee's advice, and I so appreciate it, because she said, and make it your own. And so I started to make it my own, and I'm just going to show you the finished cards. And I just have couple more to do, which I'll do during the stream. But this is, I think I showed these maybe Wednesday, but these are the finished cards. It's cut up, and this is corrugated cardboard that I added, and again, whoops, these are, whoops, cards. Here's a little one. Had to cut it down a lot. Again, mushrooms, another little one, but all the rest are, and this is a stencil that I made a couple of years ago of just kind of, I don't know, made up shapes. And I used some stamps. You can see the stamps to fill in that area. And this one, I really like this one. This is, if you can see the hand, that's a foamy stamp. Because and this one looked particularly childish. And I love this stamp is every possibility begins with the courage, begins, I don't know, wow, begins with the courage to imagine. And this is one of my border stamps. So you can see that by cutting them up, I was able to save them. And what a difference between like this one and this one in the color palettes. And then I used some gold stenciling. And here's a stencil here, the yellow. And this one, again, the stamp, and that kind of looks like a vase, even though that was not intentional. And then I have I'll show you some envelopes that I made out of magazines. So this is a magazine envelope. Isn't that a great envelope? And this one, let's see, that's got the skyline stencil that I made. It's two stencils. One is the skyline, and then the other stencil are the lights, the windows. So, yeah. So these are, I think this is, yeah, I only made two of those, but these are the envelopes for them out of fashion magazines. Whoops, uh-oh. That's not good. I have to finish that envelope. And this is, we don't stop playing because we grow old. We grow old because we stop playing. So keep playing. So, yeah. And I have to finish that. And let's just do that. I use the envelope maker. That little thing that some people think is a torture. And the directions on how to use it were horrible directions. Very confusing, but then I've kind of figured out how to do it without, not following obviously I follow the directions because it works, but still, I mean, sometimes don't you wonder who writes the directions? You have to wonder. And do they ever try to follow their directions? After they've written them, do they actually sit down and try to do whatever the directions are meant to help you do? And in that way, I bet you if they did that, they would pick up a lot of the ambiguity. Oh, there's a big word. Hi, Chris. Ambigu. Yeah, I said it right the first time. The confusion in what they're trying to. I mean, it's hard. It's very hard to break things down, especially when it's something that you know how to do. And I usually take this little thing and just fold it under there. So, and then I will, when I mail this out, I will, finish it off with tape. Yes. Yeah. And again, the directions are awful. And at least I thought they were awful. So the next thing I want to share with you is I made a purchase from P&M Studios. And let's see, I didn't know. I know you didn't like some of them. Yeah, yeah, I know I didn't. I now I like them. I'm happy with them. But I bought some foamy stamps from P&MW, and I know during some of their streams, and then Mariah kind of explained what had happened because they were apologizing because they were running behind, and mine came so quickly. I was oh yes, thank you, Becky. Yes, 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 yes. I'm going to look into having a stamp made that says "made by" because I made a stamp, but I couldn't carve the letters. I couldn't carve it that small. But yes, yes, you're right. I will sign it on the back. Thank you for reminding me of that because that's something that we've talked about a lot this year. But the foamies came really quickly, and Mariah said I just kind of hit the sweet spot. Uh, Between things slowing down and then my order coming in and then things cranking up again. So I was very fortunate. So these are the ones I got, and I haven't used them yet. Um, I'm afraid. I mean, I never know what to, use on them. But they can. You can see the beautiful bird and a bumblebee, and this is a woods type of thing. And if you've seen what Patricia is making, she's got trees and branches. You can use everything. Yeah. And some circles. I got those. And for the month, it's too late now, but for the month of February, they were also including a little hat, as they would say in New England, a hat. So I got a little hat. If you are using pages, have a bath and wet. Okay, That's what I really didn't know. I've only used my foamies a couple of times, and I knew that it was important that you have to, but it's paint. Now I used on the hand that I used on the card. I used distressed oxide ink, and I wiped that off with a handy wipe thing right away because I know you can't leave that on like a regular stamp. But so these are the foamies that I got. Can't wait to use. I love them all because that's why I picked them. But wait, that's not all. There's all sorts of goodies when you order something from P&M Studios. It doesn't just stop there. You get a whole bunch of other little goodies. Get a beautiful card that you could cover, right? And make into a tag. It's nice material. So I'm going to make that into a tag. It tells you when they're on Sundays, 10 a.m., Mondays, 10 a.m., Tuesdays, 3 p.m., and Thursdays, Central time. Okay. And then all the information. But that's not it. Oh, and then you get two nice little pieces of stenciling and jelly plating. And then you get this cute little stencil. Whoops, can you see that? Yeah, a little stencil there that you can play with. And one of these nice little envelopes. I mean, only crafters get excited about little things like this. I know, aren't they? And then, that's not all, folks. Now, for me, it came in one of these, right? And look at this. This is going to be a perfect journal. I'm going to make a journal out of this. And I'm thinking I may even leave this like this. I might just leave it like this because that's kind of a neat, kind of interesting texture. And it might be an interesting cover for a journal. Plus, it's really hard to glue stuff on them. But I'm thinking I'm leaving the bubble wrap exposed. So that's going to be a journal. And I might, if I have time tonight, there's a neat little journal method I just learned today. But I'm not done. That is not all. And a stencil. That also. Now it got the mail, and the mail kind of scrunched it up here at the bottom, but that's okay. And I've already used it. Now you got lucky on that. Yes. Uh-huh. This is an I don't know what an IMPP is. Oh, yes, yes, yeah. And the bigger bubble, oh, imperfectly perfect. Oh, I like that. Okay. Well, but this isn't. This is perfect. Yeah. Well, I am jelly plating a little bit. I've done some image transfers, but I've done them on crappy paper, so they really haven't come out as well as I think they would if I use good paper. Um, but I'm going to. I've done a couple image small ones, 5x7 image transfers, and you can actually see what it is. So I think that's for me that's a vast improvement. Yeah. So you order your foamies or your stencils, but it's not all you get. You get all this extra goodies that are a total surprise. Use ordinary printer paper. I just bought some tea paper. It's in it. It looks like it's like a type of tissue paper. Froyle, Froyle. I never know how to pronounce her name. And I guess Patricia too. You use what they call wet tissue paper, right? Wet tissue paper is much stronger, and I think you can easily get it in Europe, right? Carnival wet strength tissue. Okay. Okay. Rip the bubble protection from the Amazon envelopes and save it. Okay. All right. Hi, Janet. Good to see you. Froyle. Oh, okay. Froyle. Oh, so the Y is, well, I guess, yeah, Froyle. Okay, that I can see that. I can see, yeah, I can see how that's Froyle. All right, thank you. So these are all my goodies, and stay tuned for the journal. And let's see. This is just not, it doesn't pop. It just, I want to leave the air in. So I will be playing with these. Hi, Adria. Good to see you. So that was my purchase this week. Oh, the other thing I got. Hi, Sharon. The other thing I got, which I'm not going to show you, I bought myself a brand new non-stick Califon, yeah, wok. It is gorgeous, a beautiful 12-inch flat bottom wok. Uh, with the handle, the long handle, and then the short handle, and it's 12 inches with a beautiful glass lid. I am so excited. I can't wait to use it. I had a recipe. Well, I have a recipe that I was going to make tonight, but then I thought, no, I'm not going to make it tonight because after I'm done streaming, I don't want to start cooking. But it's a stir fry with string beans and fresh ginger and ground beef and all sorts of goodies. Thank you. Thumbs up. Yes, that would be awesome. Thank you for the reminder. I appreciate that. So that's that. Okay. Whoops. And let's make, I want to finish these up real quickly. And the other thing I discovered is that the size of these cards was not a very practical size in terms of using backing. So I would know better. Oh, here's one I actually added. No. What do you ruin them? No, you can't ruin them. Thank you, Ampex. And I have those stamps. Can't wait to see you use them. I think I ruined. No, I don't. How could you ruin them? I mean, the foamy stamps? No, you can't. Unless, yeah, they'll be fine. Just clean them off, I guess. I hope you didn't ruin them. This is a die cut out of a pop can. Um, and you can just, they go right through the die cut. And I just thought that kind of made it a little extra neat stuff. And this is another stamp, but unfortunately you can't see it, but it's another one that I really like the sentiment. We are the hero of our own story is the sentiment. And this is, again, this is corrugated cardboard dipped in purple. I bought a bunch of this. I bought a set of these Arteza premium, and yeah, and I never use them, but they're nice. They're really nice and thick, and yeah. So let's do this, and I can read and chat, and we'll make this into a card. And this one goes this way. And that's not going to fit, is it? No. Wait a minute. Okay. This way. All right. There we go. All right. I'm going to stick this down like so. I got nervous there for a second. What do I do with the... Don't you hate that? I just had it here, right? You just saw me having it here. And because it's here. Why does things get... Let's see, what'd you do? I use them on a jelly plate. Lots of paint soaking them now. Yeah, you should be able to. Okay, Kathy's saying it's okay to let ink dry on them, but not acrylic paint. And you used acrylic paint. Well, the only way you can find out, just try printing with, print with them with ink and see what happens with the acrylic paint if it dried and you can't get it off. Maybe Murphy's oil soap would work. I know that does a great job on stencils. I don't clean my stencils normally because I think the layers of paint just makes them stronger. I mean, I could be totally wrong, but just print on them. I mean, put them on an ink pad and print on them and see what happens. Can't hurt, right? I have to watch the you put the black paint on first. Well, Devon's not here tonight, but she has volunteered, and I haven't taken her up on it, but she has volunteered to come on maybe on Wednesdays and jelly plate with me, which I would greatly appreciate. She did a wonderful job with her husband, and he asked really good questions, and it was fun. Not only was it fun, but it was very informative for those of us who are jelly plate compromised and timid. I guess that would be a good word, right? Timid? I'm timid. I'm a reluctant jelly plate printer. There you go, reluctant. I would call myself a reluctant. Not terrified. I am no longer terrified. I am just a reluctant jelly plate printer. I think that's a better word, reluctant. I'm getting there. But I don't know whether Popo is still here or not, but I still remember Popo. She made, oh my God. She did a image transfer that came out. Oh my God, perfect. How many years ago was that? Oh my God, Susan, that was a long time ago. But I still remember that image transfer. It came out perfect. See, there you go. It's not perfect, but no measuring. And now I have a nice card. But I'm going to have to put some, this is not sticking down. I'll have to add some more glue to it. That would never go through as a postcard. But all right, let's do, only have 2 more of these, and then I'm going to move on to something else. Let's see. I have lots of, I got the leaf clean working on the birds. Okay. Well, maybe the soaking will work. Hey, you won't know. But what I'm thinking is that if the, no, I have no idea what the hell I'm talking about. But if the acrylic paint is there for good and has dried, and now there's a layer of acrylic paint, hopefully you'll be able to, just print with ink, possibly, or even acrylic ink. It just will be like a coating. Your foamy stamps will have an acrylic paint coating on them. I don't know. Thank you. I hope that, yeah, I'm really excited to use them. And I should probably use them on a jelly plate. I have a foamy stamp, and it's got numbers on it, and the only way you can use it is on a jelly plate, because if you try just to print with it, like stick it in an ink pad and print, it comes out backwards. So the only way it'll be right is if you actually put it on a jelly plate. Well, more distressed looking. Okay, well that was. Well, the other thing I got last week are those grungy leaf die cuts that have like the holes in them. They kind of look like, rotting out leaves. I haven't used those yet. I wonder if they would scrub clean each. Oh, with a toothbrush. Huh. That's, yeah. This is going to go right here. Okay. And then we'll just kind of go like so. Here comes Miss Lily, who helped me with my painty papers on Wednesday by laying down in the middle of one that was still wet. And then when I pushed her off it and I pushed her down on the tile floor, she left a little trail of paint behind her. But I think she's okay. Oh, oh my God, you should have seen her today. I started whistling like a bird, like trying to make sounds like a bird. And she had no idea where that noise was coming from. You should have seen the look I got. I didn't mean to startle her, but some of you folks have actually heard the birds here, and they are very loud. They sound so happy and cheerful. And I had the Merlin app on the other day, and there was about 8 different varieties of birds. And I don't, it's amazing how that app can pick up all those different birds. It's just, from the red-bellied, from the woodpeckers, to warblers and crackles, two different types of crackles, and the northern cardinal and the mockingbird, the northern mockingbird, and the blue jays and the red-tailed hawk. I mean, it was quite cacophonious. Is that a word? It should be cacophonious. Oh, I like that word, cacophonious. I think that's a cool word, cacophonious. It was cacophonious. And it's, I guess, well, it's February, March. I wonder if they're those that migrate, that would think they would probably be getting ready to head north, I think. The sandhill cranes here are stationary, but sandhill cranes do migrate, but the ones that live here are stationary. And oh, I think I was talking about how sad I am when I see a lone sandhill crane, because that means it's either been kicked out of the family because it's now an adult, or it's single, or it's lost its mate. So I think the single great blue sandhill crane makes me very sad. So the other day, I thought what I saw was a sandhill crane, but it was not. It was an heron, and he was out in the pond trying to fish. I've never seen them get a fish out of the pond. I don't think there's any fish in there, but sandhill cranes eat grubs for them. Hi, Yolande is here. Yolande is here. Talking. See, this probably needs maybe a little something here, but I can do that after. I'm just finishing up making the rest of these into cards, and then they're ready to be sent out. And then I have to make all the envelopes, but I've got plenty of magazines, and they don't quite. The magazine pages aren't quite big enough, but I make it works anyway, because you saw the ones that I already made, and I made those around the biggest of these cards, so it'll be fine. It'll work. Don't you even think about it, Lily. Stay right where you are. And I FaceTimed with my son today, which we do every Sunday. And what made today's FaceTime even more special was that my other son was there. So I got to see both sons, and they're in Salt Lake City, because that's where the one son lives. So Dave, my oldest son, went out for a visit, and they've done a lot of stuff. And they got quite a bit of snow from that gigantic snowstorm that came across the Sierra Nevadas, 10, 12 feet of snow. They don't normally get snow down in the valley, but Richard said they had over a foot. But Dave and my grandson Reed played a little hockey. I know, it's great that they were together. Yes, yes, yes. Because there was a time when they were not speaking. So to have them together is extra special. And when we got off, I got off the phone, they were getting ready to play a game of Risk, and Dave is flying out Salt Lake City tonight at 10:30. And he gets into Boston, because that's where he lives, at 5 a.m. And he has a meeting with his boss at 9:30 tomorrow morning. Youth. The Utes. There. So now all the cards. Hike. Oh, yeah. Yeah, tight schedule. Yep. So there we go. All the cards are, I mean, all whatever you want to call that mess is all now duly decorated and embellished and made into usable cards. So I'm very happy. So I got quite a few cards out of that. If you look at all of them, there's quite a stack full. So it was, yeah, let's see. How many? Okay, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 cards. Well, I'm thinking he can sleep on the plane. I'm hoping. Some people can sleep on a plane. You know, they get on the plane and they're fast asleep before the plane takes off. And he is flying direct. So he should be able to. He doesn't have to change planes. So he should be fine. So there. I'm very happy with those. I wasn't happy with them when I was making them, but I am very happy with them as the end results. Okay. All right. You know what I want to do? Well, let's see. On the list, I finished the cards. I showed the foamy stamps. I finished the cards. I was going to make a couple of envelopes, but I'm sure no one really wants to watch me do that. So, and scavenger hunt. Okay. All right. Let's see. Let's see here. I worked it quite a bit in it last week. And you all know I'm using magazine magazine pages to cover up the my youngest son. He is, I swear to God, in another life he must have been an overland truck driver, because he thinks nothing of getting in the car. I mean, every year he packs up the two boys and they drive from Salt Lake City to southwestern New York State. Takes him a couple of days, and he's driven from Salt Lake City to here. And for spring break, he's driving from Salt Lake City to San Antonio area of Texas for spring break. And they're going to stop and see my sister, his aunt. So I don't mind flying. I've been flying since I was 18 months old. Okay. Well, I hope that you get some sleep and the boys are, settled down for the night and they're both feeling better soon, because that's rough when you got both of them not well. They can commiserate. All right. Oh, here it is. Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Here we go. Oh, I can do the recipe one. I don't know if I showed this to you last week, but you had to do a T-shirt saying. So I found this really neat picture of a model with her eyes closed, and the saying that I found, the quote, or I don't know where I found it, but it says, "Hold on, let me overthink this." So that's my T-shirt. Trying to see if some of my family is free Friday. How we celebrate? Well, that's right. I forgot that That's right. I forgot that you were a March baby. That's right. You're just before me. Yeah. Ah, Becky, why didn't you say something? Oh, you never know. You never know. He might be. I thought this was funny. Hold on, let me overthink this. Yeah, we'll celebrate. And you saw on the medical page. That's when Beth was here, and she gave me all those great ideas for medical pages. And I bought a used copy of Grey's Anatomy, and so I cut out pages of that, and I put those prescriptions down. And let's see, what else did I do? You were here. I did this last Sunday. I got the coffee stain in the bag. That was a twofer. And I did the monochromatic, and we did all of that yesterday. We did that last Sunday. Fibs art and the snarky stamps. And let's see, did I do something else? I thought I did one more thing that you may have not seen. Those are my stamps, the birds. The paper towel. And ink. This was paper towels and ink splots. And Barbara Clark's you got a package coming. Yeah, how cool. It's Patricia's birthday too. Did I see that? Happy birthday. That's okay. A little package. I made a birthday present for your kitties. Aw, that's lovely. March 30th. Oh, okay. I'm the 25th. And so is Hottie Popo Susan. Susan and I share the same birthday, the 25th of March. Yep. This is India ink that I did on a paper towel. So that was 2 prompts. All right. And I'm going to do another thing is paint scrapings on junk mail. So this is the junk mail envelope that I opened up. And again, I'm just, covering this, and I'm going to glue that, and I'm going to do a paint scraping on this. And we might as well do it right now as I speak. Let me clean up all of this stuff. Oh, that's I sent that with the number 6. That's a stamp I carved. This is a stamp I carved. I'm talking to Mariah. She saved it, and I just wanted to let you know that was a stamp that I carved from a little tiny picture that I saw that I blew up to make a stamp out of. Hi, Mary Lou. Bye, Mariah. I'll see you probably tomorrow. And we had to do a recipe. And you see this is interesting. This recipe came out of a book of ephemera, a bought book of ephemera. And look, the name on it is Anne. Huh. What are the chances? Anne without an E, but still an Anne. So let me just glue that down. Instead of talking about it, why don't we just do it? Just glue it down and stop talking about it. And button is another prompt. And I have some paper buttons that I made that I thought I would sew on there, or make buttons out of Publix packaging. But let me glue that down. Might as well do it, right? Instead of thinking about it. That's what my problem I have found when I'm working on the scavenger hunt. I don't know about anybody else, but when I look at the list, hi, Raul, great to see you. When I look at the scavenger hunt list, I go, okay, I got that. Oh, I got that. But I never do it. It's midnight. Hi and bye. Well, thanks for coming in and saying hey or hola, buenas noches. I hope you sleep well and have a bueno dia day, mañana. I know that's not, I mean, I know mañana means tomorrow, and I know bueno means good and dim. I'm sure the order of those words are not correct. Would it be dia de bueno, day of good? I don't know. I don't remember much Spanish. But I psyched I talked my parents into, allowing me to go to Mallorca for a year. And I said, well, I'll come home and I'll be a Spanish teacher. And of course, that did not happen at all. But my excuse was, well, on the island of Mallorca, they don't speak Castilian Spanish. So I'm not overhearing Spanish. They speak Mallorquin, which doesn't sound that much like Spanish. Buenos dias is good day. Yes. Buenos dias. Yes. Now, quick Spanish question. Gato is male cat, right? Would gata be a female cat? Or both male and female cats gatos? That's my Spanish question. Oh, what? That's great, Sharon. What a good news. Super. Okay. Good news. So there's, hi, Marguerite. Yeah. Oh, Diaz. But female cat would be gatas. Gata, not gato. That's what I was. Well, I'm glad you were able to get them cleaned up. There you go. There you go. No harm in asking, right? I'm glad you asked. Oh my God. I bought an Instant Pot, Yolan, and I thought I couldn't live without one. Oh, and I never use it because first of all, it's just me. And even when my son and grandsons were here, I used it a couple of times and couldn't live without it. I know when you go online and you watch those videos and there's those women that they're Instapot maniacs and they make so much stuff with it, and I have not been that successful. Okay, I did that. Now let's do this. We'll put that on here, and I'm going to be doing scraping. I'm going to be scraping paint. And I started out, this is just a piece of black construction paper, and I just started okay. Yeah, I guess, I don't think, people think it's a great time saver, but maybe I'm missing something. But by the time it heats up to where it has to heat up, and then by the time it cools down to where you can use it and it cools down, then I don't know how much time you like making my veggie chili with quinoa in it. That sounds good. Yeah. Yeah. Now, didn't it come out cool? I was painting some papers, and well, you can see I painted a yellow and blue and orange. Well, these are the papers that I painted, and beer, of course. Cerveza was one of the first things I learned. Una cerveza, por favor. You have to learn the important stuff. And so that was one of the first things I learned when I was in Mallorca, where they speak Mallorquin. Now, they did a study of Mallorquin, and they said that Mallorquin, the closest language that Mallorquin resembles is medieval French. Now, I don't know where I read that, whether I'm blowing smoke or not, but that's what I recall. So let's do these colors for my color thing. And oh, that's right. Becky's not a beer drinker. So I've got Folk Art True Blue, Folk Art Pueblo, which is like Pueblo, like red brick. Hunter Green, not Hooker Green, but Hunter Green, and Yellow Ochre. And I find that folk art acrylics is much thicker than the Americana. Oh, I didn't know that. Shaves, Cheves, Chevet. I put beer in my chili, and I also, when I cook my corned beef, I in the crock pot, I pour a bottle of good. I like a Belgian beer called Flat Tire. I put that in my corned beef. That's the liquid in my corned beef is a beer. I mean, all the alcohol and cooks off. And my friend Mo, she uses, she puts for her corned beef, she puts. Oh, that's a good, yeah, Mandalo, yeah, Negro Mandelo. That's a good one. There's Dos Equis. The beer that we drank in Mallorca was San Miguel. Drank a lot of San Miguel. Oh, the other thing I bought that I never had before, and I don't really need, but I bought anyway, is these things. And I didn't realize how heavy they were. Catalysts. And there's like 5 different designs, but they don't sell them in a set. So I got this one. And but I got this too. I forgot to show you these. And they're actually called paint scrapers. Oh, okay. You reserved the bottle. Okay, interesting. Negra Modella. Negra Modella. Well, the San Miguel is a well. When we were in, it was Spanish, but it also is a Filipino beer. Cerveza in Mexico. Yeah, I got them on Amazon, of course. They say these are for 3-year-olds and up. I don't know why a 2-year-old would tease. That's all they would do. But look how many you get. This is a much better. And what does it say here? What warning? Please visit Roloco for instructions. Oh, and creative ideas on how to use this product. Search by item number and click on the link. And then the rest in foreign language. Okay, it was proudly designed and produced in the United States by our design studio and craft shop. Oh, Royal ROYLCO.com. Interesting. Yeah, look. I don't know why you'd have to be 3 years old to use these. I mean, maybe a 2-year-old would tease. But look at this. This right here is a much better deal than what I paid for this one thing. I think I got all of these for the same amount. But look, I mean, I tried to make one of those with a credit card and I cut little things, but oh, look at that. I think that's all right. So let's scrape some paint. All right. And it's actually called 7 paint scrapers. That's exactly what they are. Create textures and patterns in wet paint, glue, or sand. All right. And these are made in South Carolina, Becky. Anderson, South Carolina. And in Waterloo, Ontario. And they have an address in France. And they have an address in Gloucestershire. Wow, in the UK. They're all over. UK, Europe, Canada, USA. I'm going to go to their website. I think that's going to be interesting. Check it out. Oh, okay. I would imagine they would be great for the jelly plate too. I mean, you wouldn't want to press down with these sharp ones, but I would think that these would be fine, right? All right. I never thought I did a good job scraping paint, but I know people think, what do you mean you can't scrape paint? Well, I don't know. Just a little green. And I'm going to be careful here. I think I'm going to scrape one color and then another color. Because, I'm sorry, I was just, here comes a lone sandhill crane. Aww. I don't want to make mud because that's the one color I make a lot. So I'm just going to be really on the side of because I can get out my color wheel and see whether these colors are next to one another. But that's okay. Let me just do that. We got time. Well, tomorrow, called Hercules. Bay stores are famous for artisan beer making. Oh, okay. Oh dear, damn it. Look what I did. Ah! Look what I did. I melted it. Oh, dang it. Dang it, dang it, dang it. Oh, Lordy. That's okay. All right. I know what I can do. I know what I can do. Let's just cut out the window. Cut it out. We gotta cut out the window. It's okay. We'll get rid of the window. Problem solved, right? Here. Yep. I've been working in the forest image book, cutting out tons of images. All right, there. Okay. We'll do some yellow. Yeah, it's also famous. Vineyards and cheese. Wow. Hi, Amber. Good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. Now, where is K? All right, Krataro, K-Ra, with the dot over the E, Ray Taro? K Ray Taro? Wow, Rhonda's in too? Wow, perfect. Oh, I'm so happy that they both can make it. Super. See? You know, the old saying is no harm in asking. What would be the worst case scenario? They couldn't make it, but they're going to make it for their sis. I can't believe you're going to be 60 years old, Becky. I think you're lying. I think you're going to be 50. I can't believe you're going to be 60. I'm just saying. My oldest son is a brewer. Uh, he makes his own beer, but his education and his background is in chemistry, so it kind of makes sense. He's also made mead, which is the ancient beverage that's made out of honey. And you would think it would be really, really sweet, and it's not. It was really good. Hey, there's Angie. Hi, Angie. Good to see you. This is really, come on. Oh, that's better. Kind of looks like baby poop, just saying. Um, and the mead it's rather dry. It's almost like a dry white wine. And it's just a little sweet, not real super sweet like you would think. But it was it took a lot of honey. Yeah, that's one of his hobbies. I don't know whether he's made any recently. But I've had some of his home brew. Oh, he works in the brewery. That's cool. Hi, Sherry. Good to see you. I'm just doing some prompts from the scavenger hunt, and one is paint scrapes. So I am scraping paint with official paint scrapers, not credit cards, but official paint scrapers. Oh, I'm sorry you got sick. I hope you're feeling better. Did you eat something? Yeah, I guess it does. It does go by. But I just, Becky, I missed you guys last night, but I watched the replay of you and Scott. And you got some nice deals. You got some nice frames and some more yarn. And you got that nice metal folder for your quilting magazines. I've got some of those. I bought a bunch. I bought cardboard ones that you can put magazines in. I was eating and my food got hung in my throat. Oh no. That's not good. That doesn't sound good at all. Did someone have to do the Heimlich maneuver on you, Angie? Can't believe we've blown through 2 months this year. Yeah, I'm happy. They're really nice. Whoops. Oh, I already have green on there. Jesus. All right. Shall we try this? See, I don't know how that's. I guess that really. Oh. Ooh. Ooh, I like that. Look. Of course. That's a masterpiece. You got to have Krusty the Clown with a axe and dripping blood. Haven't had to have my. Oh, I do remember you talking about that procedure. Yeah, I'd never heard of that. That sounds very uncomfortable to say the least. Wow. Yeah. Let's see. Did I use all the colors? What are you doing? No, you stay there, Lily. She's got the zoomies, and I don't want her to zoom over here. I don't think there's any way that she can get up here, but she manages. How about fresh cut grass? Oh, come on. You can see I. Oh. Thumbs up, thumbs up. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, Janet. No, excuse me. Lily, you shouldn't fart like that. All right, let's try. Should we try this? I was really impressed with that other. Let's see whether we can get any. I can go like so, like I did with my hands. All right, I like that. I got some texture there. So that's some fancy painty papers. Oh, okay. You're under when they do it. Okay, that's good. I can't imagine. There. Okay. I'm going to call that. I'm going to cut that off. I'm going to glue it in the book, and I can check that off as done on the list if I can find it on the list. I spend more time looking for it on the list because I'm not doing them in order. Yeah. But I think, yeah, this is a good. This is not a bad product. I would recommend these, and we'll see what neat, crafty ideas they have on their website. I will check that out. I found a new crafter the other day, and of course, I can't remember her name. It is, yeah. Okay, Chris. I hope you got some essays graded today. I don't envy you. Oh my God, that's the one thing I don't miss is grading essays. Oh my gosh, I hated grading essays. I got to a point where, I skim them and just look for the key points. I think her name is, and maybe, oh man, Paper Chase or Paper and Chase or Chase and Paper. She does a lot of really neat stuff, and I don't think that's, but I just discovered her, but she's been around for a while. And she did something today that I wanted to try, and maybe you guys have heard of it. I wrote it down. These are my handy dandy little books that I make out of scrap papers and Timmy stuff. It's called, and maybe you've heard of it. It's called, write it down. Okay, it's called Etegami. Etegami. She called it Etegami. Has anybody here heard? Oh, 86. You're good. You're good. You know exactly. I mean, at least I got to a point where I knew exactly what I was looking for. And you know, your eyes just look for, you know, certain responses. Yeah, it's a Japanese art form, and yeah, I'll do that. It's really cool because it's really super super simple drawings with ink, and then coloring it in with like one color and some printing. It's called etagami, etagami, and that's what she, yeah, and she did. I just happened to see a video of her doing etagami, and it's right up my alley because you don't have to be, you know, a really good drawer or a drawer drawer I bet you she has. That's probably a good bet. That's a good bet, Angie. I bet you Dee Dee's heard of it. E-T E-T-E Gami, Gami, etagami, and all right. I'm gonna let that dry, and I'll let that dry over there, and what I want to do now is let me get the envelope. It's right here. I'm so organized. I'll put that over there. Okay. Let me get rid of they're not in the way. Okay. Picture. Yeah, I guess that's what it is. Did you look it up? That's what, yeah. No, I'm not gonna do, I think maybe I'll do it next week. I'm gonna I want to finish these paperclip things. I want to embellish them. Picture, is that what etagami means? Picture drawing? Yeah. Yep. No, I want to letter. Yeah. I want to embellish the my paper clips because they're very plain. So I want to do some embellishments on them and add a little text and then some other stuff to them. And I've got some die cut stuff to add to them. So let's work on those a little bit. So take some text. Oh, there you go. Lewd roysters. I must have practiced above Elizabeth paid no bow fronted window. There's a boy. Oh, Dickon, cried out King Charles Keep. I don't know what this is. Sounds risque. Lewd. Nothing like looking down and seeing the word lewd. Uh-oh. I heart you. Oh, that's good. Before you got sick? Okay. Well, I'm sorry you got sick. But the question is, are you feeling better now? That's the most important thing. I hope you're feeling better. Okay. Well, let's put some stuff around there, right? I think that's. So we're going to embellish these, and I've got little stickers and little number, the little number things. Stick that there, and let's see, this is from a Queen. It's a dictionary page. Queen to Quickie. Okay, we'll do the queen to quickie. Yes, that's what exactly, Kathy. That's what it drew me to it. The fact that it's very loose and very, she called it, she used the word naive, which I thought was an interesting word to describe an art style, but naive in the sense of its simplicity. And I guess that's why she was referring to it as naive. I've never heard the word naive used to describe art, but I guess that does work in sense of the fact that it's very loose. Well, the images, I felt like that was something that I could accomplish. I could make those, paint those type of images. I'm just laying this out and then I'll glue them. This is very old, very brittle. I don't even know whether I'm going to be able to get without this. Yeah, it's just, this is super, super old and brittle. Whoops. There. I'll just stick that on there like so. Okay, let's see. Ooh, I got a little bit of map. I kind of went through my stuff and kind of pulled out some little ephemeras to stick on these. Let's see. Oh, we've got Venezuela and Colombia and the Galapagos Islands. The science teacher at where I taught, he would do a field trip every year to the Galapagos Islands with the science students. Figure that would be quite the experience. Let's see, our town has a thing each first Monday of each month, and it's about to start up, so I am thinking about setting up. Okay, what are you setting up? Is it like a thing where you sell art stuff, or can you be more specific, Angie? Trying to get something done. Okay, Barbara, nap time. It just sounds so funny, but I know you're 3 hours earlier, so of course it's nap time. I get it. Oh, okay, craft things. That's what I figured. That's what. So what would be on your crafty table? What crafty things are you going to sell? Jeff just went to take a nap too. Well, what is it there? It's 3 hours earlier, right? 3 hours. So it's nap time, siesta time. Whoops. That would be 3 o'clock-ish. How about that? Let's see. And then I'll come back and glue these on. Okay, what else do I have here? Let's see, that looks, and that's a foreign language, I don't know. Ah, so long. Frances, looks like it's Spanish. So a little span. 350 there, okay. Yeah, when we went and lived, in Mallorca for a year, it was it was like my junior year abroad from college. And they actually didn't teach any classes between like 1 and 4. We had siesta built into our academic schedule. And we didn't start classes until like 11 in the morning. So we'd have a class between 11 and 1, and then we'd have lunch was the main meal of the day. We have a big lunch, and then we'd have siesta. And then we would have classes after siesta. We would have classes from like 4 in the afternoon until about 8 at night. And then dinner was at 9, because like in Madrid and in Spain, dinner's not served until 9, 10 o'clock at night. And it was a different kind of routine to get used to. Yeah, I hope you have well, people, everyone loves your bowls. Oh my gosh. Yeah, you're going to sell. I'm sure you'll sell out. Now, where do you how far away do you have to go to set up for this sale? And do you have to like pay for a space? Do you have to bring your own table, or? Yeah, Angie's bowls are amazing. They always sell out so quickly. So they do that the first Monday of every month. Well, that's nice to know. That way, if you don't, if you're not feeling up to it one Monday, then you have another shot at it in, the next month. That's kind of cool. That little piece came off because it's so brittle. I'm not going to stick that there. That's cool. Stick this here. So I've been cutting out images for the forest book that several of us are collaging in. And it's been a lot of fun. And if you've seen some of the ones, I guess they're posting them. What is it? Hashtag forest tags or something like that. It's funny. I always forget to take pictures and post my stuff on my stuff on Instagram. I barely remember. I just forget. I'm going to put that above the Bahamas. Oh, look what I found. I found a little, let's stick that right there. Okay, and we got the map. I like the way the map looks. I think the map looks really cool. Is it hashtag forest collage? It's not hags? Did they change it to, or is it that also? Okay. There was one that was posted on CK Art Facebook page, and it was so cool. It was a picture the person had found. I can't remember who it was, but they found it was a print ad, like a magazine print ad of for the United States Postal Service, and how they are, revamping everything. And it was kind of like a circular thing. And they was like, they glued it in like a forest scene from the book. Oh man, it was amazing. It really, looks so cool. All right, so I've got a little piece of text on each one. So let me look at what I would want to do next. I think I got them. We, they, we. That's a bridge thing. And okay, so see this little loop here. This is the paperclip part. I was like, oh my God. And this little loop allows me to add a little dangly thing if I want to. I've got little danglies and the little bull clips, or the, I think they're whatever clips. So, and then I have a bunch of these. That these are die cuts. And so let's stick some of those down. I'm looking. I'm thinking they probably need a little color, don't you think? Do I have anything here that I can? What can I use that's handy without me having to get up and go into the other room? Let's see. I could do watercolor. How about I know what I can use. How about some Dina Wakley scribble sticks? Okay, enjoy. Kathy, that's a fun show. I think I've seen all of the episodes of. All right, let's stick this over here. Maybe whoops. Put a little color on these, and then, because they look kind of blah, just white, don't you think? Don't you think? All right, let me stick these. How about this one? How many do I need? That one can go there. This one is way too long. Can't use that one. Let's see. Oh, I can use this one maybe. I'll use that one there, there. Okay. And put those over there. I won't use those. I've got little circles. Can use maybe, yeah, a little circle. Ooh, I've got some muslin, where I stamped the word believe. Stick that on one of them. This is just all little bits and pieces. Admit one, I can stick that on one. I just kind of went through a bunch of little stuff. There's another little circle. Okay. Clearing the way here to put this down here. All right, put these down. All right. I'm not watching anything now. I'm kind of like looking for something. I'm still watching New Amsterdam, which I'm enjoying. But haven't been able to really sink my teeth into anything. I'd like to, watch something. Oh, I am watching something. I take that back. But it's, well, there's only really one word to describe it, and I don't know why I keep on going back to watch it. It's asinine, and it's on BritBox. And thank you, Amber. And it is. It's just asinine. But it's so crude and so asinine that I keep on coming back for more. It was on, I can't even imagine. It was on for 7 seasons. And it's called if you're so inclined, if you have BritBox and you're so inclined. It's called Bad Education. And it should be also known as a bad show. But it is funny in its own kind of quirky, odd way. Just saying. All right, so that's good. Let me just. It has to go that way. Oh, it can go that way. So let me see what this is going to be like when I add some color to these. Let me put this up here. Oh dear. Here's one that escaped being paperified. Whoops, let me get some paper on this one. And I like the map. So let's do some more map. Let me do another map. I like the way the map looks. That looks the best. Let's see. I think I have that on my list. I vaguely remember it being on TV. Yeah, I think I've talked about it. I think I maybe mentioned that. Oh, that's good. You made some graduation cards. Well, they should sell, I would think, right? Oh, dang it. What did I do? Let's see. I put the glue on before I did this to them. Oh, well. There should be enough ink on here to. Yeah, that's all right. Isn't it amazing what that little bit does? It's on Prime. Did we talk about this? I guess we did. It's on Prime Video. Because I'm watching it on BritBox, which I'm paying extra for. I got BritBox to watch a detective series called Vera. And then, they advertised new episodes of Blacklist. Does anybody watch Blacklist with James Spade? It's really good. But I've been watching, but I don't think they're really new episodes. I think they just lied. But that's good. I've been watching some of that. I still haven't watched Oppenheimer. I've got to watch Oppenheimer because that's on. I mean, you can watch that on Hulu. I really want to see that. I think we talked about that last week. Hi, Sharon. Sharon? Yes. Your Blacklist is really good. Because, he's either the most evil person in the world or the hero of the world. And it's kind of that dichotomy of his character. Because he's done some really bad things. You didn't like Oppenheimer? Okay. I'll have to check it out. My friends went to the movies and saw. I'm going to put that a little quicker. They saw Boys in the Boat, and I really want to see that. So this gentleman that I know, who's friends of my friends, Mo and Sean, he bought a special box, paid $100 for it, and it allows you to download and basically what's it called when you kind of make illegal copies of things? He makes illegal copies of first-run movies that are in the theaters. Pirate, yes. So yes, thank you. So he's pirating all of these movies because I mentioned that I knew that they had gone to the movies to see Boys in the Boat, and I had seen him the other night because they had I started to say they had a surprise going away party for Mo and Sean, and he was there. He said, "Oh, do you want it? I can make a copy of it for you." So, anyway. He puts them on a little USB. Is it USB drive stick? And then he gives them to me, and I can watch them. I read the book, Boys in the Boat, and I loved the book. The book was so good. I talked about this before. So let me put that down there. Believe. I believe. I can see where it would be slow moving, because there's a lot of. There was another movie about that, wasn't there? About Oppenheimer. I don't remember the name of it though. It would have been a while ago. I think what I recommended last week when talking about this is a very interesting documentary. Oh, that's what we were talking about in Peaky Blinders. That's where he. That's okay. That's right. Um, we talked about that. Yeah, Peaky Blinders. That was a great series. I like that one a lot. Another good series, and I'm sure how many of you watched Ozark? Ozark was really. Hi, Christopher. Good evening. Ozark was really good. Also. Now I don't. Was there a two-part ending for Ozark? Because I think that I don't know that I saw the ending. I'll have to go back and check. Jason Bateman and Laura Lindley, right, played his wife. I only know this because my younger son told me, because I said I really liked her. And he said, well, she's the one that played Abigail Adams in the HBO miniseries John Adams, based on Walter Isaacson's biography of John Adams, which I loved. And I didn't realize that was the same actress. But when he said her name and reminding me that she'd played Abigail, then I immediately remembered. And I said, oh, yes. That was a good series. I don't know where it is. It was an HBO miniseries just called John Adams. If you're into history, it's really good. They have the great scene. John Adams actually defended the German, not the German. He defended the soldiers that shot into the crowd. What became known as the Boston Massacre. He wanted to make sure that they got a fair trial, so he defended them pro bono. And they have a really good. I mean, that whole court scene when he's defending these British soldiers is riveting, to say the least. So that's water reactive, right? So let's see what happens when we react it with water. I don't think that's the right terminology. I'm going to react it with water. Yes, Giamatti played John Adams. I just loved, I loved their relationship, and and she basically tells her husband John Adams that he's a pompous ass. You know, he's getting ready to give a speech, and I don't know whether this is when he's become president or not. And she basically says to him, tone it down. You don't need to use 3-syllable words in every sentence, and you're acting like a pompous ass. That's basically what she called him. Lovingly called him a pompous ass. Yes. Well, I'm not real happy with that, but it's better than white. And my time is up, I think. It's 6:59. I appreciate you all being here with me this evening, this afternoon, and I'm happy with how they're coming out. I probably are going to find some things to dangle from here a little bit, and I don't know. That needs something else. I'm not sure what, but it needs maybe another, maybe some black. I don't know, something around them because they're kind of, it's kind of faded out. I bought these, and honestly, I'm not real crazy about them, but couldn't live without them. So, have a great week. I'll see you out on the internet. And Angie, good luck tomorrow. Knock 'em dead. And Becky, 6:30 a.m. tomorrow morning. All right, 6:30 a.m. I will be there with one eye open. I'm going to probate tomorrow. I'm going to tackle the legals. Well, I'm gonna tackle the court system. So I'll wish me luck also. All righty. Bye bye, guys. Remember, if you can't be good, be careful and be interesting.